This video is going to deal with modeling with integer chips for multiplication and division. So in multiplication, if you have a problem like 3 times 2, your first number will tell you the number of groups. And your second number is going to tell you the number and each group. So for this, I should see 3 groups. So you do G1, G2, and G3, and that shows me 3 different groups. And you have positive 2 in each group. So 1, 2 in that group, 2 in this group, and 2 in our last group. And multiplication is simply repeated addition. So all you need to do is see how many do we have. So we have 2, 2, and 2. When we add them, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6, so we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 times 2 equals 6. So let's do another one. So if I had 1 times 5, that means that I would have 1 group and 5 in there. And the total that I have is 5. Now let's look at them with some negatives. So this tells me I'm going to have 2 groups, so G1 and G2, and there's going to be negative 5 in each because my second number is negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice how this time my circles are shaded in. That represents a negative number. So my total, I have negative 5 in here, negative 5 here. So I have negative 10 altogether. Let's look when we have a negative number of groups and see what we need to do. So this would indicate that we would have negative 1 groups. But it's impossible to have a negative amount of groups. So we use the commutative property to change the order. And so that basically means we're going to flip the numbers around. So our 3 will appear first, then our times, and then our negative 1. So it's now going to be 3 groups with negative 1 in each. So G1, G2, and G3. And there will be negative 1 in each group. And so we have a total of negative 3. And it's negative because they are shaded in circles. So when your first number is negative, you need to use the commutative property because you cannot have a negative number of groups. Let's look at division. Our first number tells us our total. This is how much we have, and we're going to place it off to the side. And our second number tells us the number of groups. So I need to have 12 off to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm going to create 4 different groups. So G1, G2, G3, and G4. And what I want to do is go ahead and evenly share. So let's see. I can go ahead and place 1 into each group. And I can still evenly share by placing another 1 into each group. Oh, and I can evenly share again. Notice that none are left over. There's none off to the side. So it means that it does go in evenly without any remainders. And for division, we knew the total number that we had. We knew the number of groups we needed to make. The only thing we didn't know was how many was in each group. So you're going to go to any group, and it doesn't really matter which group. And you're going to tell me how many do we have there. We had positive 3 there. So our solution is 3. Okay, let's look at another one, and this time I'm going to draw it out so you can see exactly how you need to do it. Okay, so this means that I need to have 8 off to the side. And let's actually make that negative 8 divided by 2, so I'm going to have negative 8 to the side. And this tells me I'm going to have 2 groups, so G1 and G2. I need to start evenly sharing. When you draw it yourself, you need to cross it off as you use it. So I have 2 groups. I definitely have 2 that I can go ahead and evenly share. So I've used 2, cross them off. I can use, well, let's see, I can put 2 in this time. So group 1, group 2, group 1, group 2. And now 2 remain, so 1 in each group. Use those 2. Go to any group, doesn't really matter. See how many we have. Because those are shaded in, that means that it is negative 4 that is our solution. So let's go over another one like that. So let's have 16 divided by 8. So I need negative 16 divided by 8. So negative 16 off to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And so this tells me the number of groups. So G1, G2, G3, G4, G5, G6, G7, and G8. So I need to start evenly sharing at this point. And this is group 1 right here. You can't see the G, but it does have G1. So I know that I'm going to go ahead. Okay, I've used 4. I'm taking 4 off. Taking another 4. This time I'm going to go ahead and take it off as I use it. Nothing remains because they're all crossed off. Go to any group, doesn't matter which one. See what do we have? I see 2 and they're shaded in. So the answer is negative 2. Now it's time to give you some examples for you to try and complete on your own. Okay, so let's see. For example 1, on your own, let me see you do negative 3 times 4. For 2, let me see 6 times negative 1. For 3, I want to see 20 divided by 4. And for 4, I want to see negative 15 divided by 3. So I want you to solve these, and then you're going to see if you got them right. So go ahead and pause the video. So the first one that I asked you to do was negative 3 times 4. However, it's impossible to have a negative amount of groups, so you should have rewritten it as 4 times negative 3. So I'm going to see 4 groups, so G1, G2, G3, and G4. And I'm going to see negative 3 in each. 1, 2, 3, and they're negative because I shaded them in. And I'm going to see negative 3 in this group as well. So the total, I have negative 3 plus negative 3 plus negative 3 plus negative 3. And it's a total of negative 12, and it is negative because they are shaded. So let's look at the second one. We have 6 times negative 1. So this tells us that we're going to have 6 groups. G1, G2, G3, G4, G5, and G6. And there's going to be negative 1 in each. So we have a total of 6 shaded in circles, so negative 6. Let's look at the third one that I asked you to do. 20 divided by 4. So you should see 20 off to the side. And then I need to see G1, G2, G3, and G4. And you would have needed to go ahead and start equally sharing. You might have noticed that we have 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4 different groups. So that you should be able to see that in each group you're going to end up with 5. But in case you didn't see that, let's go ahead and work that out. So there's 4. Take them away. Let's put another 4 up there and take that away. We still have more to go. So 4. Take them away. We still have 4. Take them away. And there's still 1 more left. The row of 4. Take those away. Look at any group you want. It doesn't matter which one. You have 5 unshaded circles. So your solution should be positive 4.
Everybody's saying I look like that.
Our last example that we had was negative 15 divided by 3. So I should see 15 shaded in circles off to the side. And I should see G1, I should see G2, and I should see G3, and you start equally sharing. So there's using 3. Here's another 3. Notice we take off as we use it. Go to any group you want. It doesn't matter which one. I see 5 and they're shaded in. So your solution should have been negative 5.